Have you ever felt like something unseen is watching you? Like your energy suddenly drops for no reason, your mood shifts, your thoughts don't feel like your own. What if I told you it's not always just in your head? And what if there was a simple morning routine that could block all of it instantly? Today, I'm going to share a powerful story. Not just any story, but the story of a girl who once walked in darkness and came back to the light. Her name is Elara. Elara wasn't always like this. She wasn't always peaceful, strong, and protected. Once, she was deeply involved in dark practices. She explored energies she didn't fully understand. She believed she had control, but slowly those forces began controlling her. But everything changed the day she realized evil doesn't just exist outside, it feeds on fear, weakness, and routine. And that's when she discovered something shocking. A simple morning routine that completely blocked negative energy from entering her life. Now listen carefully, because what she revealed might change the way you start your day forever. So let's begin. Because once you understand this routine, you'll never wake up the same way again. Elara says the most dangerous moment of your day is not at night, not when you're alone, but the very moment you wake up. Because that moment decides everything. Most people don't even realize what they're doing. The alarm rings, eyes barely open, and instantly the hand reaches for the phone. Notifications, messages, social media, news, noise, and just like that, your mind is no longer yours. Before you even fully wake up, you've allowed the outside world to enter your thoughts, other people's energy, stress, opinions, and negativity begin to shape your mindset. You haven't chosen your thoughts, they've been chosen for you. Elara said this was the first mistake she used to make too. But when she left that dark life behind, she realized something powerful. Whoever controls your first thoughts controls your entire day. So she changed everything. Instead of reaching for distraction, she chose awareness. Every morning, when she opened her eyes, she stayed still. No phone, no talking, no rushing, just silence. She would focus on her breathing, slow, deep, intentional breaths. She would feel her body, her heartbeat, the calmness of stillness, the presence of being alive in that moment. And slowly, her mind became clear. This is what most people never experience, a moment where nothing is controlling them. No pressure, no noise, no fear, just awareness. And that awareness is powerful because when you are aware, you are in control. Elara described this moment as building an inner shield, not something physical, but something mental and emotional, a barrier that protects you from chaos before it even reaches you. Think about it. If your mind starts calm, focused, and grounded, negativity struggles to enter. But if your mind starts distracted and overwhelmed, it becomes open to everything. She also emphasized breathing because your breath is directly connected to your mind. Fast, shallow breathing creates anxiety. Slow, deep breathing creates control. So, for just a few minutes every morning, she trained herself to breathe deeply. And in doing so, she trained her mind to stay calm under any situation. And here's the truth she discovered: if you don't control your mind in the first few minutes of your day, you will spend the rest of your day trying to fix it. But when you wake up with awareness, something shifts. You don't react, you respond. You don't panic, you stay grounded. You don't absorb negativity, you resist it. This simple habit becomes your first line of defense, a quiet moment that builds a powerful shield. After awareness, Alara said, the next step is something most people underestimate: your words. She learned that words are not just sounds, they are instructions, especially in the morning when your mind is fresh, open, and highly influenced. What you say becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes your reality. Before, Elara used to wake up and say things like, I'm so tired, I don't feel good. This day is going to be stressful. And without realizing it, she was programming her own mind for weakness, stress, and negativity. Because the mind listens, it doesn't question, it accepts. But once she understood this, she made a powerful shift. Every morning, after becoming aware and centered, she would speak protection into existence, not casually, not weakly, but with certainty. She would say, I am protected. Nothing negative can touch me today. I am strong. I am safe. I am in control. And at first, it felt strange, but she kept repeating it day after day. And slowly, something changed. Her thoughts became stronger. Her fear became weaker. No bishes. Her reactions became calmer. Because she wasn't just speaking words, she was training her mind. Elara explained that when you speak with intention, your subconscious begins to accept those words as truth. And once your mind believes something is true, it starts acting that way. So if you say, I am protected, your mind looks for strength. If you say, I am weak, your mind looks for problems. That's how powerful words are. She also recommended something very important: say it out loud. Because when you hear your own voice, it becomes more real, more convincing, more powerful. It's no longer just a thought, it's a declaration. And over time, this declaration, and over time, these declarations create what she called an invisible barrier, a feeling of strength, of stability, of control. Situations that used to disturb you stop affecting you the same way. Negative people lose their impact. Fear loses its grip. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And this is the key lesson. Protection doesn't start outside, it starts with what you tell yourself every day. If you begin your morning with doubt, fear will follow you. But if you begin your morning with power, confidence will guide you. Your words set the direction of your energy. So Elara made it a rule: never start the day unconsciously. Never speak weakness into your own life. Instead, speak strength, speak control, speak protection. Because the moment you do, you stop being vulnerable and you start becoming untouchable. Elara said something that shocked many people. Not all dirt is visible. We clean our bodies every day. We wash our face, take showers, wear clean clothes, but we forget something much deeper, the energy we carry. According to Elara, negativity doesn't just stay in your thoughts, it lingers, it builds up, it sticks to your emotions stress, anger, fear, regret. And if you don't consciously remove it, it follows you into the next day. She explained that this was one of the biggest mistakes she used to make. She would wake up already carrying the weight of yesterday, old thoughts, bad memories, negative emotions, and that made her vulnerable. So she created a ritual, not just a routine, every morning when she washed her face or stepped into the shower. She didn't do it mindlessly. She did it with intention. She would imagine something powerful. As the water touched her skin, it wasn't just water, it was cleansing everything negative, every fear, washing away, every doubt, dissolving, every burden, leaving her body. She would close her eyes and visualize it clearly. And this visualization clearly. And this visualization changed everything because the mind responds to what you imagine. When you picture something strongly enough, your brain begins to experience it as real. So while her body was being cleaned physically, her mind was being reset mentally. And that's the key because you can have a clean body, but a heavy mind. And that heaviness affects everything your mood, your decisions, your energy. Elara also made sure to release thoughts during this time. She would not hold on to anger. She would not replace stress. She would let it go. Because holding on to negativity is like carrying invisible weight. The longer you carry it, the weaker you become. But when you release it, you feel lighter, clearer, stronger. And here's the deeper truth she discovered what you don't cleanse controls you. If you don't remove fear, it grows. If you don't release stress, it stays. If you don't clear your mind, it clouds your entire day. So this step became her reset button, a moment where she didn't just clean her body, she freed herself from everything trying to hold her back. And when she stepped out, she wasn't just fresh, she was renewed. Elara said, the morning is not just about what you do, it's about what you allow. Because your mind in the early hours is like an open door, and whatever enters first leaves the strongest impact. Most people don't realize this. They wake up and immediately scroll through social media. They read bad news, they listen to complaints, they engage in stress before their mind is even ready. And slowly, that negativity becomes their mood. Elara called this feeding your mind poison before it's awake. Because in those early moments, your brain is highly sensitive. It absorbs everything more deeply. It hasn't built its defenses yet. So if the first thing you consume is chaos, your mind becomes chaotic. But if the first thing you consume is calm, you, mind becomes stable. This realization changed her entire routine. She made a strict rule no negativity in the morning, no bad news, no toxic conversations, no unnecessary scrolling. Instead, she replaced those habits with things that protected her energy: silence, soft, calming sounds, reading something positive, or simply sitting with her thoughts because she understood something powerful. Your input becomes your output. If you fill your mind with stress, you will act with stress. If you fill your mind with peace, you will move with peace. She also noticed that when she avoided negative input early in the day, her reactions changed. Situations that would normally irritate her didn't affect her the same way. People who used to trigger her lost their power because her mind was already stable. And when your foundation is strong, outside forces struggle to shake you. Elara explained it like this: if you start your day with noise, your mind becomes noisy. If you start your day with control, your mind stays controlled. That's why this step is so important. You don't need to fight negativity all day. You just need to block it at the door. And the morning is that door. Protect it, and you protect yourself. Elara said something very simple, yet very powerful. Darkness cannot survive where gratitude exists. At first, it sounds almost too easy, too basic, too ordinary. But when she truly understood it, it became one of the strongest parts of her routine. Because gratitude does something most people don't realize. It changes your internal state instantly. You see, fear, negativity, and stress all come from a place of lack. Something is missing, something is wrong, something is uncertain. But gratitude does the opposite. It reminds you that something is already right. Every morning, before stepping into the world, Ilara would pause and ask herself one question: what am I thankful for right now? Not something big, not something perfect. Even the smallest things: I'm alive. I have another day. I have a chance to change things. And slowly, her focus began to shift from problems to possibilities, from fear to appreciation, from darkness to light. Because what you focus on grows. And if you focus on everything going wrong, your mind finds more reasons to feel stressed. But if you focus on what is good, even a little, your mind begins to expand that feeling. Elara explained that gratitude raises your inner frequency now, whether you believe in energy or not. One thing is certain: when you feel grateful, you feel lighter, more peaceful, more in control. And when you feel like that, negativity struggles to attach itself to you. Think about it. A mind filled with anger is easy to disturb. A mind filled with fear is easy to control. But a mind filled with gratitude is hard to break. That's why she made it a daily habit, not once in a while, not only on good days, every single morning, because consistency builds strength. Even on her worst days, she forced herself to find something to be grateful for. And that discipline made her emotionally stronger than before. She no longer depended on circumstances to feel okay. She created that feeling herself. And that's the real power. Gratitude doesn't change your situation instantly, it changes you instantly. And when you change, everything around you begins to feel different. So before you step into your day, Before you face the world, pause and remind yourself there is always something to be thankful for. Elara believed that most people don't control their day, they drift through it. They wake up, react, deal with whatever comes, and by the end of the day, they feel exhausted, confused, and overwhelmed. Not because the day was impossible, but because it had no direction. So she added one final step to her morning routine, a step that gave her control over everything that followed. She set a clear intention. Every morning, she would ask herself, what kind of energy will I carry today? Not what will happen, not what others will do, but how she will show up, because that's the only thing you truly control. Some days, her answer was, I will stay calm. Other days, I will stay strong. Or I will stay focused no matter what happens. And once she decided, she committed to it. This changed everything. Because when you set an intention, you create a mental diet. Your mind begins to align with it. Your actions follow it. Even your reactions start matching it. So when challenges came, and they always do, she didn't react blindly. She remembered her intention. If she chose calm, she stayed calm. If she chose strength, she didn't break. If she chose focus, she didn't get distracted. This gave her a sense of control that she never had before. Elara explained it like this: without intention, your mind is like a ship without a compass. With intention, you decide where you're going, even if the waves are strong. And that's the difference. You can't control every situation. You can't stop every problem, but you can control how you face them. And that control is power. Over time, this simple habit made her unshakable. People's situations, negativity, they lost their influence because she wasn't reacting anymore. She was leading her own energy. And that's the final lesson. If you don't decide who you will be each day, the world will decide it for you. So choose before the day begins, before the noise starts, before anything tries to influence you. Choose your energy, choose your mindset, choose your direction. And once you do, you don't just go through the day, you command it. Elara's journey is not just about leaving darkness behind, it's about discovering the power that was always within her. She realized that protection doesn't come from something outside, it comes from how you start your day, from awareness, from your words, from what you allow into your mind, from what you choose to feel, and from the intention you carry. These six simple steps are not magic tricks, they are habits, disciplines, choices, and when practiced daily, they don't just change your mornings, they change your life. So the next time you wake up, remember you are not weak, you are not unprotected, that you just need to take control from the very first moment. If you found this video helpful and powerful, make sure to subscribe and join us for more content like this. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Thanks for watching this video. Stay strong, stay aware, and take control of your energy every single day.